Today we are going to demonstrate how Iclone can be used for creating previz for VFX as well as games. And so I'll have a short presentation on the VFX pre-production part, and then Amar can do a demo of how he'll kind of create from a storyboard to a kind of a 3D pre-visualization, a 3D previs of a game kind of a sequence, and or a game cinematics. Uh, so I hope you guys can hear me clearly, and we can continue with my presentation. So like animation pre-production in visual effects as well, for films you have a kind of a different pre-production, production and post-production part. So the VFX pre-production is actually divided into uh, different things. You obviously start with a script and a storyboard, then the pre-visualization and the final production as such. So the final, there is something called a virtual production we'll discuss in detail as well. And accordingly, I'll tell you about this in detail. So let me go further. So like I said, pre-production, production, post-production, and the final delivery of the film with all the effects and everything. The script, storyboard previz, and the kind of a 3D previz or the virtual production before it goes into production as such. Obviously, it starts with the script and the screenplay. And you obviously try to write something which is unreal. In case of Avengers, or it's taken from comics, the stories, and then brought to films as such. You obviously kind of write something which is fictional, fantasy, science fiction, or something unimaginable, specifically for VFX film. So it takes a lot of coming and going kind of a thing. In terms of our program VFX filmmaking specifically, we want students to write a kind of a short sequence or a short story which has the unimaginable or unreal kind of thing. So we want them to kind of create a short sequence or story of fiction, fantasy, or science fiction kind of a thing. Uh, there are a lot of movies made based on book adaptation or novels, which is uh, Lord of the Rings was actually adapted from the books from J.R.R. Tolkien and directed, created for screen or film by Peter Jackson. And you also, so from a script, storyboard, screenplay level, you bring it to storyboard and animatics part. Storyboard is obviously a visual first grade visual phase in terms of short description, camera angles, movements, camera movements, short duration, sound, dialogue, all that is explained on the left side of the screen, which has also the thumbnails, which describes in arrows how the camera movement is going to happen. So this is basically the storyboard thing, and then the storyboard is created into animatics. You have 2D animatics and you have 3D animatics. Animatics is nothing but more of your a rough draft of the film or sequence, or you can also call it a video storyboard. And it has panels in sequence and timed on a temporary soundtrack, which has dialogue, background music, and some kind of a sound effects. So all this is kind of a temp or draft soundtrack, along with in terms of the duration of the sequence. These thumbnails are put on the timeline and you create a video of it, which is called the animatics as such. And so in terms of after animatics, you have something called the previz or the pre-visualization. It's something which which started kind of a decade back It was used earlier as such, but it was not kind of it's been used thoroughly in production now. Previz is also called previz in terms of Previz. It's basically the Americans use the Z and the Britishers use the S at the end, also called pre-visualization. This actually helps in making cost-effective production. So it's a faster and less expensive way to actually pre-make a film or a sequence before it actually goes into production. The film director or the filmmaker can make changes before they go into shooting as such. So that's what the advantage of previz is. Cost, you save a lot of cost, unnecessary set or unnecessary equipments which might not be used is kind of planned and kind of corrected in this previous kind of process itself. Further, it helps you visualize your film better in terms of the animation or the CG part that you're using, in terms of camera, cinematography point of view. So it's been used in TV commercials now, in TV or the TV series or the web series, game cinematics, even your entertainment VR rides, and say different theme parks. So it's used there as well to visualize what the actual experience would be. And finally, now the films are both the Bollywood and the Hollywood films use a lot of previs as well. It's been used nowadays in terms of planning your production before you go into shoot part. So it's a valuable communication and a collaboration tool between directors, writers, producers, VFX supervisors, DOPs, and the production designers. So everybody knows what will actually happen in the film. They work out together and plan it out. Everybody knows what their work is cut out to be, and they can plan it better. So it helps you visualize and plan your shot or a sequence or the entire production itself. Or now it happens in both animation feature production as well as um, VFX production as well. So now it helps you plan your shot sequence, all that. The next, these are this process of previs. Now you obviously, now first is the shot composition and scene blocking. So break it down, and then the virtual 3D camera animation, which is the Max or the Maya, or even in Iclone in our case. And you create these 3D assets, low poly models in case of uh, very specific customized characters, or else you, in terms of Iclone, we can use it from the library itself, and you block your characters, you animate your characters, and this is something new that it's been going on in terms of you can import your or set up your scenes, 3D scenes in a real-time engine, Unreal or a Unity, and you can create a virtual camera and do a real-time production as well. So these are the steps of VFX pre-production or the previous part. So step one, short composition, scene blocking. You need to have a previous artist needs to have an understanding of composition, cinematography, camera lenses as such, uh, because these are actually used in live production, and a previous artist is actually using them virtually as such, and they create a 3D camera in a Max or a Maya. So they need to have an understanding of obviously composition, different kind of lenses, and different kind of camera movements, and the different kind of equipments used in production. Similarly, like I said, uh, camera setups, cranes, dollies, or real life camera setups, they need to have an understanding of that, because they can actually use that knowledge when they're creating the previs. And now maybe they can avoid unnecessary use of these uh, kind of camera setups as well, and kind of cut on the cost of production as well beforehand. The next step is creating your 3D assets. You obviously create your character models, asset models, environment models, and low poly models, so that and you can kind of render it easily, and as well as further if you want to import it into a Unreal Engine or a Unity engine, you can do that as well. So basically, you have to create this or use it from the library. The next is you block your character or your assets or whatever is has to be animated and as per script and the storyboard, and it needs now you obviously kind of create dynamic poses as per story and use it effectively and efficiently. Finally, now blocking after blocking you can actually animate it as such, so that in previz it looks uh, as close to possible for visualizing for the director or the cinematographer or the DP. So step 5 is you import your 3D scenes from Max Maya Iclone into a real-time engine. This is a new process which is currently being used. So, like I earlier said, that the Lion King used a long sequence which was animated. Some sequence was long in terms of thousands of frames, but actually gave them a complete idea in terms of what it would look like in the previz itself. So you can see the director and the uh, cinematographer using kind of uh, these cameras or the drones, and so to tell you briefly about this now the virtual camera sequence itself is I'll take you to the next slide where you actually uh, on the top you can see there is a camera guy with kind of a physical camera, and this is actually there are these, if you can see on every pole across the room you have a red dot kind of a thing on the top image. Those are your virtual cameras which are actually looking sensing this uh, the camera, physical camera. This physical camera has these kind of markers, 4 markers, which the optical cameras are capturing. They're capturing the movement and the handle of the cameraman also has markers, as well as he is kind of changing the zooming in, zooming out as well parallelly, which all is recorded. These optical cameras is actually capturing these marker sensors of the physical camera. It's triangulating the position and calculating the rotation of the cameras. Parallelly, the zoom in lens information is also being recorded, and this point data is actually then streamed into either a earlier we used to do it to Motion Builder or Maya or Iclone, or you can directly do it into a game engine like Unreal. The, the camera is now parented to this point data, and we are getting the camera inside the CG environment. Okay, so you can scale up the virtual world, zoom in, zoom out, move around. Now it looks like the camera is actually inside the CG world. So that's more on the virtual camera as such. So these are the 6 kind of process of previz. The skills of a previz artist, obviously, like I said, cinematography. They have to have knowledge of cinematography. They have to have an eye for composition, camera shots, movements, lenses. All that is very important. What kind of equipment is used in terms of camera movements, as such. They need to, in terms of creativity, they need to tell a story in the previous part, and come up with original ideas. So previous artists obviously add up a lot to the story in terms of what shot should look like, and add to the director's imagination as such. You obviously have to have knowledge about 3D and VFX camera, as well as in today's world you need to have an understanding of the game engine as well, or the real-time engine as well, like Unreal. So you have to have a high level of skills of 3D animation, VFX, and understanding of how volume as such, in terms of how things move in 3D as such. Next is basic editing skills, so that you can actually create a final previous video out of it, composite a lot of stuff inside. Now you can use a lot of effects which are there in the compositing or the editing software as well, and kind of bring it as close to what would be the vision of a director for that scene or the story. You need to have a good organization skill. Now you need to stick with to the production schedule, because very little time is given to create previs, and you'll have to manage all the information which the director, DOP all have given to you in terms of story, value add to it, then sit with them around and tell them your vision and finalize what needs to be shown in a previous output. Not to have a very good communication skills, so you can interact with all these people and achieve what the director's vision is. The basic skills. So they work with the layout technical directors in terms of technical stuff, as well as the director in terms of vision. They obviously work with production management team in terms of meeting the deadlines, and but they are reporting to the VFX supervisor as such, because the VFX supervisor is the director of each scene which has visual effects. Okay, nowadays maximum scenes have visual effects. The director, film director, is actually looking from a story point of view, from a emotion, connection, empathy point of view with the audience. So this is what the previous artists work with, and there are, like I earlier said, one of the best previous companies is the third floor. They have offices in Los Angeles, US, London, Canada, Beijing, Atlanta. You also have Halen Entertainment. Obviously, third floor has worked on Avengers, Star Wars series, and all. You name the movie, and they've worked on the previews of that. Uh, Halen Entertainment has offices in Los Angeles, Vancouver, Canada, and London, and they actually were part of the Avatar previous. They worked on a lot of stuff on that. The Aquaman, the Spider-Man series, now the X-Men series. Now, so they've been working on a lot of now big budget Hollywood movies. And there is Envis also, which has offices in Los Angeles, Vancouver, London. And these guys have worked on the Dark Knight and the Prince of Persia, a lot of stuff in terms of visual effects films. And you have DNEG, which has just recently introduced this department called previous, because they've been working on the previous production and the post production. So they want to get into the pre-production part as well, because it packages their services to the client or the company who is actually giving them production and post-production work as well. DNEG is obviously, across the globe, in LA, London, Montreal, Vancouver. In India, it's in Mumbai, Chennai, Hyderabad, Chandigarh. So we'll start seeing a lot of previous work for Hollywood films also done in India, as well as in DNEG's offshore kind of locations as well. So these are these four companies which have been working on a top four companies which are working on previous as Hollywood films. There's something called post-viz as well, which I wanted to explain as well. Because besides previz is like your pitch viz. You pitch your thing to somebody, whether it's a game idea or like we discussed in the last webinar, where Amar showed you how to create your pitch of a game level. And so obviously previz is that. Post-viz is when it's a type of previz, but it occurs after you've done your production, live action production. So for the director and the VFX supervisor and all that, they take those previous elements and composite it with the live action plates which they've shot in production, and that output is actually called the post visualization or post viz. So it's a different kind of a different than previous because it happens after production and before they go for final VFX animation production. There's something called tech quiz also, which happens uh, along with the previous, which is basically how fast the camera would travel, how high it would be in terms of technicalities on shoot itself. So that is one of the reasons why it happens before production or before the shoot, because all the technicalities is then worked out with the technicians, and now they can actually understand technicalities on how large the green screen is required and where it should be positioned, where the lights would be. So all in terms of tech quiz is actually the technical requirement of a production shoot, which is pre-visualized and shown to the production head, the VFX supervisors, directors as such. And all these are critical questions which need to be answered before the production happens, because it saves a lot of time and as well as cost if something is wrong or something extra has been visualized which does not work on shoot. Okay. So this is purely from a VFX previous part. Okay, you have previous or the pitch whiz, you have the post whiz, you have the tech whiz, and explained in terms of the process itself, the steps that is involved. Now I can ask Amar to show you a demo on Iclone how to create a kind of previz for a kind of a game cinematic as such, and which obviously is similar to what happens in VFX for films as well. So, Amar, over to you. We will
Yes,
take
thank you, sir.
questions in between your demo. If there are some questions, we will take it now in between. And further, uh, please don't ask Amar to do something and show and do something. He will, if that is the case, he will take it after Amar is actually completed his complete demo. If you have questions regarding that process itself, he can tell you there and then. Okay, Amar, over to you.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Go ahead.
Can you see my screen,
Ah,
sir?
no, no, let me share. Let me change you into give you the presentation rights.
Yeah, it's done.
Yeah, Amar, yeah, we can see.
Yeah, so today I'm giving you demonstration on the VFX previz. So we have chosen one storyboard of Gear of War, and this is the storyboard. As Puneet sir explained you everything about the script. In script, they have mentioned everything. This is about the shot, the camera angle, the location. It is in day or night. After that, we create the storyboard. So after storyboard, we before we start the previz, we have to create one animatic, because the camera angles, the location, it's cleared in the storyboard, but the time and the music part or the dialogue part is not cleared here. So I'm taking these frames and I have made one animatic of this storyboard. We'll see it. So Yeah, as you see, the visual is not clear, but I have made this animatic only for the timing sake.
Hmm.
So according to that, this is the storyboard panel, and I have decided the duration for this shot, and this is the reference images according to this storyboard. The camera is coming from the upside, means from the sky. It's coming on the ground, so it's clear here. So this is first shot, then this is second shot. See, when you create the previz, you have to understand about the camera language, the storyboard. You have to understand this arrow is why they shown here. The camera is coming from up to down, and this is pan shot, and this is the reflection shot. Actually, the character is seeing in the water, and then the close up, and this is he's seeing something, the burning faces, and this is shot fifth. So we start from the first shot. I think I have cleared uh, the duration part and the storyboard panel. So we are starting from the first shot. First shot is the city shot, but we are not creating anything here. We are using the presets. But if you want, you can create or you can import from Maya, and you can create your previous. So from props, I'm going in the terrain part, terrain, and then I'm selecting the mesh medium and just drag on to the screen. So this is the city scene. It's already there. It's from library. But if you want to add some shops, houses, cars, you can add anything here. So according to this, we'll see our storyboard. See, it's almost matching the scene. Then first important part is your camera. Then create camera, and this is the scene. And then go to the camera, the modify option, camera. And here, this is the long shot. It's a establishing shot. So we'll choose the wide angle, 35. And see, your first frame should be selected here. If your frame is in between, so it will get animated. And here depth of field is also there with camera active, but this is long shot, so we are not using depth of field here. Then the first shot, we'll see the storyboard. See, the first shot is towards the sky. So you
It's a
can
low
rotate.
angle. So it's a
Yeah,
low
low
angle
angle.
shot, which is kind of tilting down.
Yeah. But see, in our scene, sky is not there, so it's not looking nice. So we'll add sky here. See, from sky, you have a lot of options. So we'll choose this one. So this is sky, but it's not matching. We'll try this one. No. Yeah, this one is fine. See, but in this scene, we can't see properly the city and the sky. So this is our first frame. Then if you want to select the camera particular scene, so you have to come in the scene, and then you can select the cameras. And then I'll check with the 20 mm. Yeah, this is looking better, I think. So this is the first frame. And in Iclone, you know that FPS for animation we use 24 frames per second, and the live action 25 frames per second. But Iclone renders 60 frames per second. So if you want to render 5 seconds, then you have to render 300 frames. So F3 is shortcut for the timeline, and then we'll select the camera from here. See, camera is selected here. And then, as I told you, we choose 300 frames till here and set the range to render 300. And then around 250, means 50 frames earlier, we'll change the camera angle. From here, you can take the mini view also, mini viewport. See mini viewport and choose your camera. And then you can go to the preview view and you can see the camera, and you can actually move from the viewport. And then little bit of rotation. And we can change the focal length also here. Modify, and focal length will take 35 mm. Yes. Then this is our camera, and we'll check the shot. Yes. We can take our camera a little bit more down. Then again, and so this is the camera part. Then we'll add some VFX in this shot. Means the smoke, it's actually the shot is the burning city, everything is damaged here. So again, I'm going in preview view. Camera again. Then go to the content and choose particles, and the legacy, and you will get Just a second. Fire and smoke, and we'll take big smoke. Then go to the preview, press F, and see, we can't see the particle here. So for that, go into the scene and click on this eye option. Now you can see your particle, and then first we'll play and see. See what happened when I took the particle, my frame was here, so it got animated. So then we'll remove the animation from that. Project, particles, big smoke. And this key we don't want. First key I'm deleting, and this is the key. Then see in the viewport, and this is camera angle again. Yes, we'll add some more. Before we take another smoke, go to the modify. You can change the direction of the smoke, spread, the intensity, everything you can change here. So I'll check with this wind minus 200. No, it's 400 in x-axis. Yeah, it's looking better. And then you can add fire also if you want fire. Check this one. Torch fire will take here. Yeah, you can add small things in your scene. Lot of particle effects are also there, but this is the trial version. That's why in library everything is not here. We'll add one smoke here. So we'll increase the smoke. You can change color also. And this is the first thing. And then we'll go to the render settings. The lighting things. Atmosphere, HDRI. Yes. In HDRI, first our frame should be on first frame. And then which lighting is required, according to that choose your HDRI. sunset, office, indoor, outdoor, everything is here. So we'll check with this. But again, we need to add the sky. So before render, the last thing we need to add in this thing, that is go to the content and again scene and lights. See off your ring light and check it's required or not. Then your key light. Then key light, see sky is here, so we have to change the direction of the light. You can change the direction of the light from pressing the slash key and the rotation. And this is the key light. That means the light is coming from the sky. Then go to the key and you can increase the intensity also to or 1.5. Yeah, it's good. You can change the darkness and then go to the visuals, and this is the HDRI we have taken. You can change the strength, means if you want brighter or darker. So this is our first shot. Then the rendering part, go to the render and render video, MP4, and then frame rate 30. Then output range, you have to select the range from 1 to 300. Export. Renders is one. Save, and it's focal in the camera presets. Yes, and this is our first shot. Done. Now we'll see our storyboard. This is first shot we have done. The camera is coming from the sky and focusing on the ground, and the city is burning. We can see here. And after that, we are taking this pan shot. One car is here, and after that, the camera is panning, and then the character will get visible. So first go into the preview and then content. So we need one car. TRI, camera, light, 3D scene, props, and this PBR option. Click on the PBR and the soft scene. Renault Fox, yeah, cars are here. So you can choose the rusted car means the color, whatever you want. And then first we'll go into the camera angle. Mini and then preview. So we have started our camera from this angle, so we need my car here. So I'll take this is the car and go to the camera angle. We'll check. Yeah, so go into first frame and we'll set this car preview, and we can choose the angle from here, top angle. So car should be somewhere here, little bit rotate, and then check the camera view. Yeah, so we are going for the second shot, and for second shot the duration is 3 seconds. 3 seconds means around 180 frames. So here 180. Then create camera again. Go to the modifier, just rename your camera. This is shot 2. And now select the car and press F1. If you have selected any object, so the rotation and translation work according to that. If you are not selecting, then entire scene you can move or rotate. So again I have made mistake, my frame is not on 0. And this is the pan shot. Again we'll go to the camera, and I'm selecting shot 2, deselecting shot camera 1. This is shot 1, and we don't need the first key. Then it will go in the first frame, and then we'll add some particles here. Till here we'll animate the camera. And we'll see the animation. Yeah, now again go to the scene, select the camera and shot 2. We'll see the focal length is correct or not, so we'll check with 35. Yeah, this is much better. So we are taking the focal length 35 mm. First we will add some particles in the shot. Preview, and this is camera angle shot 2. ES. So again go to the content and select your particles. fire and smoke. From here, we'll add one smoke. This torch fire, and go to the scene, and these are the particles, but we can't see here, so click on that. So we can see the particles, and then play. Yeah, I think fire is too much. Hellfire, go to the modify, and we can change the intensity from here. We can change the minimum and maximum. This is 150. Spread we don't want much, and then check. Shot 2. Something is wrong. I'll save project. And this is the shot. Then in this scene, character is sitting besides the car. So again, preview and
Amar, there's a
content.
question.
Yes, sir.
Is it possible to blast a car in Cyclone?
Yeah, that is possible. But in this trial version, there are
Mhm.
no more options. But we have the options. You can blast.
Okay.
I can show
Okay.
you one, two, three effects also. But in third shot.
Okay. That one.
So we'll choose the character.
Amar, in terms of rendering, uh, can we use
Hmm.
different renders? Third party.
Yeah, you can. You can,
Okay.
but in Iclone, the simple thing is it renders 60 frames per second.
In terms of, say,
Direction.
a third party render is what they're talking about.
Hmm. I'm setting my character according to the camera angle. Now again, the frame is on not first frame. So I'll select my avatar here, and the transforms. Just delete first key and taking this key on. Then we'll see.
Amar, you've rendered in Iclone. So, in terms of rendering in Iclone as well as Maya with Arnold, how fast is Iclone? Amar?
So we are doing the second shot, and according to the storyboard, this is our second shot, and this is the pan shot. Camera is moving from that side to this side, and the slowly the character will get visible.
Amar, one more question from Pallab. Can we make modeling inside Iclone?
Sir, last time I have
Pal-
cleared this thing. We can't model here, but you can modify the character. You can model in Maya, and you can import in the Iclone 7.
Mhm. Okay. But the rigging has to be done here.
Yes.
Okay.
So this is shot 2,
Pallab, I think
and
he's answered
we'll.
your question.
I think particles are not here, so we need to add again. See. And in this camera, scene camera, we have used Windows modify, and this is shot 2, and we have used depth of field also. See, without depth of field, this is the shot, and then we have used depth of field, so my character and the car is in focus. Then
Amar,
F3.
what is the default render used in iClone? Is it iRay?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it must be something like Unreal Engine because it's rendering very fast.
Yes, yes, in real time.
Yeah.
Good.
So it's iRay, Pallab, as well as Saurabh.
So we don't want, and we need around 180 frames.
Yeah, Pallab, I think it's what you're saying is it's like Unreal Engine. You can import it, import the
Content, then
3D
again
assets.
particles. This one will add here, and then some smoke again. Yeah, so this is our second shot. Then first, whatever you want to render, just select your camera here on the viewport. Then go to the render and render video, and then 1 to 180 frames. I am selecting the range 180 frames. It's for 3 seconds, and this is my shot 2. I think
Above,
it is
how many shots are you gonna do? Six?
six shots.
Okay, all right. So this is the second one. Okay.
Yes. So in all shots, different camera angles and effects are there with the small duration. Just we have time na sir, Puneet sir.
Yes, yes, we
I
have time.
I
We
can
have
show.
time.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. Ashutosh is asking how can we render multiple camera shots in one camera? Like in one camera, 100 frames, second camera, 101 to 200. I know, Ashutosh, I think what you're trying to say is same shot, different angles.
Multiple means you are talking about the switching the camera, right? Or
Yeah, yeah, I think. Uh,
yeah, there are a
so
lot of
he's saying,
tutorials on that. You
he's, yeah, he's saying can we render multiple camera shots in one camera?
see if you're taking one camera and changing the focal length, the camera angles, that can be done in the only one render. But you are taking the multiple camera, then you have to render the multiple shots.
Yes, yes. He's very, he's asking how we can render multiple camera shots in one camera.
So this is my second shot. Then we'll go for the third shot. See, for third shot, the water is there. We need reflection. Water acid props, terrain, water 5, water 6. Just a second, I am searching. What? Still normal. We'll try with this, the pond ripple, and go to the preview scene, selecting my avatar and this F. So water is added in the scene. Then go to the select the water, and then you can change the height from here 10, 5, 3. I think this much is enough. Then the shot 3. This is my first frame. And again go to the scene and select water. Here the reflection blur. And now we'll move the camera. So this is my first frame, and again we'll see this shot, and this is also for 3 seconds, means around 180 frames. And then select the shot 3, camera again, and transformation. So we don't want this. It's again moving. So this is my first frame, and then around 150. Then we'll check the, yeah, this is the reflection, and then it focusing on the character. Go to the scene and pick fire. Yeah, this is my third shot. Now in the water, need some animation in that. So first will play with the wave size, wave speed. Reflection blur. Then if character is moving, we don't need this kind of poses. We can change immediately, go to the content and animation, motion plus, mail. See here we have a lot of options. Go to the pose and mail pose and then choose anyone where he is sitting. Second. Okay, sure. So we'll see from here motion puppet. Click on the motion puppet. Then idle. We want the sitting pose. Mixed moves, sit ground. Knee. Yeah. So we'll choose. It's not going. Preview. It's actually very. We have to check the character properly. Yeah. And this in the sky is not here, so we'll add sky also. Then go to the render. And this is shot 3.
So you can see that these rendering is happening so fast in Iclone.
Yeah. So we have rendered 3 shots. So we'll see together. Renders. This one is one. See, this is our first shot. Then this is second, and this is third. So that's how you have to create your previz. So I think they understood how to create the cameras and how to create the scene. So should I go ahead or we'll take questions, sir?
I mean, I think you can open the next scene. Meanwhile, I'll see if we have any questions typed in. Okay,
Okay,
Vishal is
okay.
asking if I want to import recorded mockup, yeah, mocap data inside
Hmm.
Iclone, then how do we do it?
So for that you have to set up the scene. Some instrument are also there to connect with the Iclone and your scene. Your motions they will capture that sensors and all that you need for that.
Okay, yeah, I
It's
think
like it's like that.
he just wants to import data, like you import it in similar to how do you import mocap data in terms of a motion builder. So
Okay.
does this have a library? Does this have a library of mocap? So if there's that, you can import it directly
Uh,
on and apply it to a character.
Sir, I think it's in the iClone site. They have everything there, so you can download that and implement here because your rig have to support for that. If you're
Exactly,
importing the mockup data and the rig is not supporting, then that will not work.
exactly. So similar to in terms of your, if I can take that example, similar to what your match moving does. Okay, you have
Hmm.
to have a same size character, and then you can match the or not match, sorry, roto animation. Uh, you have to have
Hmm.
a similar character and size character, and then you can accordingly roto the action onto it. Right, Amar?
Hmm.
So here, if you want to apply a mocap data or import a mocap data, you can't apply to any character as such. It has to be matching with the same size character which has captured that mocap data from, so it can be applied to them. Right, Amar? Or you
Yes.
want to add
Yes,
something?
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You're right, sir.
It can't be a mocap data for a 5 foot 5 inch character captured and applied to a 6 foot character here
Hmm.
in CG.
Yeah. But I think everything is
Or
here,
this,
so the particular
hmm,
animation you can edit here, you can modify here. If you want to animate, you can animate in this Iclone 7. Then why do you want more mocap data from outside or what?
that's just a question. Is it possible? So you obviously it is possible to import mocap data. Okay, and you can apply it if you import the character also,
Yes.
right, Amma? Or import
Yes,
a
sir. Yes,
CG
sir.
character, then only you can do it. But Abhi, we don't have an example to show you how we can do it because we have to have both a CG characters in similar kind of dimension as well as a captured data of that applied in iClone. But it can be done.
Yes. So now again, I
Acha,
am taking the.
okay. Vani, we'll try to do it once this scene is done. In terms of Vani is asking if we can show the character animation again.
Character animation. Yeah, I'll show you one shot, the last shot.
Okay, Napoleon is asking, what is the file format of for animation data?
Animation data means from Iclone.
Huh.
Hello.
Ah,
Sir,
Iclone,
I don't have any idea about this, sir. File
The
format actually.
the character animation data. He's asking. Hold on. We can take another question. According to it's called the Motion Plus, the new format that includes all motion data in one file, and it's easy to reuse for different characters in Iclone. That's what it says, Motion Plus format. Okay, we don't have to. What is the file format? Sure, let's say we don't have to download. We want to record it and apply it on Iclone. That for mocap device. Okay, because based on realistic amount. Okay, also. So Vishal is saying we don't have to download, we want to record it and apply it to iClone with the help of mocap device because it's based on realistic animation and also is not time taking.
Animation.
Okay, Napoleon is asking, we apply mocap data to character, is it FBX or BIP or CSM? The mocap data का asking the file format. Hold on, I think it's FBX. There's something, it's a plugin called Motion Live. Motion Live is a mocap plugin for iClone that aggregates motion data streams. So you can, if we have motion formats to be used with iClone human characters.
Okay.
We got live face app. Is there any Android app to capture live motion? Capture like Adobe has. I think Ashutosh, there is, like I said, there is a Motion Live app, Motion Live, which is a mocap plugin as such, which is a unified motion capture for face, body, and hand. It's a plugin for iCloud. So you can, you can try that out. It's ready to animate fully rigged 3D characters from character creator.
Sir, can I start the fourth shot, sir?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead. Yeah, yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah.
I think we've covered
So,
the.
so I have taken actually the character is already here, and then select the character avatar and click on the motion puppet. And from motion puppet, I'm the body proportion, the body motion, and then I have taken this one. And to see the animation, just click on the preview and spacebar. Then you will see the animation on the character. It's going on the character or not. Then if you want to change something in the animation, means the stiff neck or his energetic or calm, then again preview. Yeah, now head is not moving. Now we don't want the hand movement also, so you can reduce from here. Speed, slow, exaggeration, no. Then again preview. Yeah, this is fine. Lean back the shoulder, lower hips, raise hips. Then again apply on the just a second. F3. Then again we'll do the changes. We don't want the stiff neck. And this shot is for 5 seconds. So then it's decided after the correction, just click on the record and then space bar, then it will take the animation. Now we'll see the animation. Yeah, it's done. Then we'll take another camera and just name it shot 4. And here just select the character and then zoom and rotate. You have to select your character, then rotate this. Actually, this is the shot. This is the first frame, and then I'm going into the rotating the character and is saying front. Then go to the first frame and F3. Oh, it's preview mode. Sorry. So we'll check the depth of field is on or not. Shot 4. See, this depth of field can change the focal distance. Now character is in focus. Pick the target. This is first frame, and then select the character again, and then Alt and the right click, then rotate the character. Sorry, Control Z. We'll check the animation. It's done. In the camera and shot 4. Then from here, the same camera, but we are changing the focal length. Fifty, 80. Yes. Then from here, we'll add some particles. Need the camera a little bit down. And here we can add the particles. Content managers. Smoke and fire. Big smoke. Some blast particles are there. Just a second. Effects. I'm just searching the blast particle. Smoke. Yeah, I'll search between. We'll just render this shot. Here, transform. Changing position. Shot. And then animation, render. Puneet sir, hello.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
Uh, I think faculties are getting bored because it's taking
Okay,
time. I think we have rendered 4 shots.
ठीक है. I think
So
this timeline पे just put it on timeline and render a complete one, 4 shots. Huh? So they can see exactly from in terms of the animatic as well as the previz.
right. So in last shot, sir, I'll show them the animation again. character is running
Mhm.
from this route. So how to use the path and the animation, that I'll show you them again.
Meanwhile, I was searching for an app for Android as well, both for Android and iOS. So there's something called HyperSense, which is just sent to all. This is a, I'll send a kind of a link also of YouTube. You can actually see this demo of facial motion capture. I'm sending on chat to everybody. And so this is actually now for both for Android as well as iPhone. So you can actually see this app recording and applying a different face to your recording. So you can check their website as well. This is more like a app used normally for uh, creating kind of a different face, or like the kids used to have a kind of a different face on a CG object tracking along with your head as such.
Okay.
So I'm just sharing this website details with you also. Ashutosh, that's what I'm sharing with you all. This is a website for HyperSense, and it says that like the Live Face app is only for iPhones. This is for Android as well.
Sir, can I start last shot, sir?
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. We'll take questions after.
I am taking the character importing again, because we have to add animation in that. Then go to the preview. Character is selected. Then just press E and rotate the character. Then go to the animation and again choose Yeah. See, from the animation icon, I'm choosing Iclone 7 motions for male, and we'll choose hold gun, fast run forward. This one is fast run loop. We'll check this one. And then play, Control Z. Yeah, this one is fine. Then again, select the avatar. Avatar means the character, and then and we want to see the animation constraint material sound. Yeah, this clip is our animation. See, he's running. So now what will I do? I'll just copy paste the same animation. Just click the control and drag. Then we'll see it again. Then again, control. And see, yeah, my character is running. And then go to the top angle. Just create the path from here to done. And just go to the scene and select to the character again. Select character, just it should be on first frame, and then check with this character option. Here you will take the path, pick path, and just click on the path. The character is attached there. Then again till here you can change the position. See, till here character will run. Then we'll check the animation again. Then in scene, we don't want to see the path. Just first we'll check the animation. Cameras. Create again camera. Shot 6. So in the starting, character is not moving. So we'll check the select the character and
Oh, that's fine. I think itna bhi realistic nahi karna ki acha previous.
hmm.
We need to
Yeah, it's done, sir. This is last shot.
just render it and while we take questions because we're uh, already past our 5 o'clock.
Okay, sir.
So export this and put it in the main timeline or the sequence on VLC. You can see it. So meanwhile, guys, if you have any questions regarding this, please type in so that we can answer all of them and wind up the session as well. We, how are you done? How many shots? All six.
6, sir.
Okay.
We'll
So
compile
as
in
per
Premiere
story,
Pro.
comparing what?
We'll compile all the shots
Amar.
in the Premiere. Hello.
Okay. Then you can put it on VLC also.
VLC also.
Uh, it will place in sequence, right? Guys, type in your questions as well if you have any. Meanwhile, Amar will kind of show you the previous as well. I think we did 5 shots only. Our sixth one is getting ready, or what?
Yes, sir. We have done only 5th shot, 5 shots.
Five.
Sir, I'll play from the start, sir.
Yeah, yeah, please. Let's see. So this is the first shot.
Then
Camera moment.
this is the
Second,
reflection,
third shot, fourth shot, and
and
fifth
then this is
shot.
the last. He is running towards the buildings.
Right. Can you play it again? Huh? First. So this is how previz happens in terms of a 3D previz, where you can use Iclone's library, cameras, everything, and finally uh, create a 3D version of it, camera and everything. and
Yes.
so you can create what exactly happens on the shoot before it happens in terms of a vision or a video form, a 3D form. Okay, there is Jemin's asking, is it possible to edit animation preset after dragging into the viewport?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'll show you.
Uh, um, uh,
I'll take new scene, sir, because it will take a lot of time because a lot of effects and all here. Go to the
so it is
content.
possible to edit preset. So I would suggest everybody to practice it so that maybe a few weeks down the line we can have a lot of your answer all lot of your queries which you have. But once you practice it, once you try it out, uh, if you still have some kind of issues, some kind of doubts, we can clear it. Maybe have another session a few weeks down the line where you guys are much versed with what kind of software and is Iclone, what can it do. Somebody is asking, how can I get those templates? Uh, Amar, are you there? Amar, can you hear me? Hello? Amar, can you hear me? Hello? Amar, can you hear me?
Or you, if you want to animate, you can animate also. See, there you can modify your animation. If character is holding some gun, so according to that, you can change the hand positions also. A lot of options are here. If you want to add one more animation, means multiple animation in the same character, that is also possible. Puneet sir,
Yeah, yeah, Amar.
hello.
Yeah, Amar. Tell me. Can you hear me?
Sir, this is the animation we can. I have shown them how to change the animation, how can edit the animation.
Okay.
I have shown them.
Okay. Acha, there's another
Anything
question.
else?
There's another question by Alihan. He's asking how to merge all shot and get one single render.
So that you have to use the editing softwares,
मतलब प्रीमियर में
Premiere
कर
or
सकते
After Effect.
हैं?
From here we can render the timeline. You cannot edit here. So you have to
Right.
use the Premiere and After Effect. Anything you can use.
Uh, okay. Soumyadeep, what templates are you talking about? He's asking how can I get those templates?
Templates
What
means
what exactly are the
the
templates you're
templates.
talking about? Soumyadeep, if you can elaborate what exactly are the templates you're talking about? Assets. He's asking about assets.
Sir, once you will download the Iclone, you have to download the Iclone Hub. In Iclone Hub, you will get all the characters, assets, lights, everything you need to download there. It's around 1.5 GB data uh, included in the software. So once you will open the software, you will get all the templates, the assets, the animation, everything.
So you talk about a assets hub, right?
Iclone Hub.
Iclone, sorry, Iclone hub.
Uh,
If you can show that better.
this is the Iclone Hub.
Okay.
This
Okay,
is
so
Iclone Hub.
you have to download this as well. This is 1.5 GB. So then
Yeah,
only Soumya will get these. No, this is not paid. This is all part of the free version, right?
free version.
Yeah, this is all part of the free
Yes,
version.
sir. Sir, but what happens in the trial version? In 10 days, they will lock some options in this. After 15 days, they will lock the curve editor, means graph editor will not work. So in
Okay.
one month only, there is
So
some
you can
restrictions in Iclone 7.
so you have 1 month to try it out, but obviously slowly and gradually it will disable some of the functions over a period of time of
Yeah,
30 days. Can we use
right.
these assets? Actually, no, Jaimin. This is a free version. Our output obviously has a watermark, so you can't use this commercially. If you buy the software,
Yeah,
then obviously you can use it
you can use
commercially,
it.
but not the trial version. You can't use the trial version commercially.
But for learning, trial version is also very good for you guys. Lot of options are here, lot of things, and we don't need to know the animation, modeling, everything in while creating the previz or the small animations. Everything is
Okay.
here. Otherwise, in Maya, you need team for the modeling, the texturing, then the animation, then the render part. But here, everything is available in the ready material.
Okay, Amar, one more
Mm.
question from Ashutosh. How can we make Indian kind of dress like sari and hairstyle like turban? So do
You can do
we,
every.
you can model it and then bring it in Iclone?
So last time I have told you, when you download the iClone Hub, you will get this character creator also. In character creator, you can do anything. You can design the dresses also. You can modify the character. Lot of options are. It's like iClone 7. We have seen the only animation part. The character part, a proper pipeline is there. Means you have to spend more time for that.
Okay, so guys, in terms of, we might have another session on the character, yeah, Iclone character uh,
Mm,
developer, so character creator, sorry, wherein we can
mm.
show you more on how you can modify, create, import all that into character creator. But this was purely from a previous point of view, how you can use models and assets environments from the library, Iclone library, and create a previz out of it. So we might have a character creator as well session as well, where you can modify and look at how things can change inside character creator.
And everything is in interface. If you will open this character creator iClone 7, just the icons and the options, you can understand how to use it, where are the characters. It's very user-friendly interface of iClone 7. Animation, presets, the props, and the particles, everything is very simplified, and timeline is also here, and the curve editor, like graph editor, everything is here.
Okay, there's a
So
question
this
from
is
Soumya Deep. So in terms of which third-party render can we use here? So maybe you already have a iRay render default render for Iclone, which is real time. Why do you want to use something else? You can use, but no, it's like using it's like a game engine render, a real-time render, which is iRay.
Sir,
Um,
mm,
Go ahead.
this is the character creator.
Amar, go ahead. You're saying something.
Yeah, as I told you, this is character creator, and you can
Mhm.
actually it's trial version, so I'll check with this, sir.
Change costume,
Content,
change hair, change hair, all that.
everything. In one click, you can change the clothes, everything. The body proportions also you can change here.
Okay.
Just a second, sir. It's implementing.
Right,
See,
right, right.
if you want to apply other options,
Amar, I have a different webinar in another 5 minutes, me and Vishal.
okay,
So
sir.
guys, if you have, please type in another couple of minutes. We will wind this webinar. We're already reaching around 2.5 hours of this session.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
So please type in. We have a couple of minutes for Amar to answer any more.
Sir, any
Ashutosh,
other questions? I think.
yeah, yeah. There is no Indian dress as such. So how do we do we have to import it here as a model, or a turban is not here? So how do we import it here and then kind
Yeah,
of apply
yeah.
it?
Sir, he's talking about the character.
Character ka dress, a sari or a turban, pagdi. So how do we import it here and apply it to, because
Sir,
customized nahi hai. Hmm. Yeah,
yeah,
man.
sir, hello. Sir,
Go ahead,
your
go ahead.
voice is not coming properly, sir.
Go
Hello.
ahead, Amar. Answer. Oh, can you hear
Sir,
me?
he's talking about the costumes, right?
Yes,
Ha,
sari
ha.
and turban. Pagdi.
Sir, here you
So
can
do we
design.
import it? Okay, design.
You can import or you can design here. Lot of options are here. Just go to the character creator and you can see you can change the costumes also. You can design from your side, sari or whatever you want. You can do.
Oh, okay, great. So Ashutosh, you need to explore some more in terms of how you can create a turban. There is no default costume already, like a sari or a turban, but you can create it as well.
So default everything is here. You have to check it in one click. You will get everything. See if you can see my screen. These are free options.
Mhm.
You can modify these dresses also. You can change the texture also.
Great. So I think Amar, next time, na,
Hmm.
let's do how do we modify dresses and kind of add accessories to it. एक अलग से session करते हैं, but guys, we will do it in a few weeks because first of all is as per curriculum you need to understand how previz is done for VFX, which is part of the VFX filmmaking, uh, editing and compositing program, or VFX compositing and editing program. Uh, this session was purely based on what has to be taught to a student on in that module. The second is
Previz.
previz, which Amar did earlier, the last session, which was as per the curriculum or module covered in 3D digital game art and design in terms of how do you create a game level using Iclone. So this is purely as per curriculum. In a few weeks, we will add another session where how you can use character creator and kind of customize costumes or create costumes or modify costumes or accessories on the models. And I think you'll have a better understanding of it. Okay, I think if you have any
Yes, yes.
questions, you can be write to Amar
They
dot. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, guys.